When I first started lettering, I took part in so many lettering challenges. And now I'm co-hosting my very own lettering challenge every month together with my friends Yahi and Mhel. So today in this video, we're gonna talk through about how to host your own lettering challenge and what goes on behind the scenes with our lettering challenge. So if you're interested to know and get to know these ladies, then just keep watching. Hi everyone, I'm Gadis of Made by Mutiara and welcome back to my channel. I call myself a creative calligrapher on Instagram, and one of the main things that have been constant throughout my lettering journey is taking part in lettering challenges. But if you are completely new to this, lettering challenges are something that happens every single month with different prompts and different themes. And honestly, it's one of those things that are really very helpful when you have no idea what to letter. You can even check out the lettering accounts that hold all of these challenges on their page, and you can choose from there what type of prompt you want to letter that day. And as an active participant of many lettering challenges, I do believe it's a way to help improve my lettering skills as well as push me creatively to letter outside of my comfort zone. And this year in 2020, I started hosting a monthly lettering challenge together with my friends Yahi of the Letter Salon and Mhel of Lettering by Mhel. In my Insta stories, I asked if you had any questions about hosting or participating in lettering challenges. So in this video, we're gonna answer those questions and also give you a behind the scenes look of what goes on when we plan and conduct these lettering challenges. And just a disclaimer, this was my very first time recording a Zoom conference and trying to conduct this interview, so there were many unforeseen technical difficulties. My audio somehow sounds like I'm far away on the telephone. Mhel is sometimes breaking up here and there, and for Yahi, you'll hear her children in the background, but it's okay. That's normal life. But at the end of the day, I really enjoyed hanging out with them and answering your questions, so I really hope that you enjoy it too. Hi guys, thank you so much for being in my video. So if for the people who have don't know who you are, maybe you just want to share more about yourself first.
Well, it's Yahi from the Letter Salon, and I am so excited to be part of Gadis's YouTube video.
Yay! Do you want to share when you first started lettering and what kind of lettering stuff do you make on Instagram?
I was hinting my husband and son for the longest time that I like lettering stuff. Like, well, not specifically lettering, but like I would say like calligraphy and brush pens and all this. And they finally, Christmas 2018, they gave me some brush pens. I started actually practicing January 2019. And then I started following lettering pages. The first purchase I had was the Pentel brush pens, and they're still my favorite. And that's how I started practicing. And in June of 2019, last year, I opened the page. And wow, it's like the best decision ever. Because I met you guys, and then I met other people.
That's the most important part, is that you met us. Yay! What about you, Mhel?
So I'm Mhel from Lettering by Mhel. I started lettering 2016. So that was when I first had my first son, and life was crazy at that moment. And I just needed a creative outlet, really. So I started lettering. I went to Pinterest and Instagram and saw all those amazing hand lettering pieces. And I wanted to try it. It wasn't easy at first, like what tools to use. I started out with like a broad pen, and I was like, I can't use it. Then I discovered brush pens. Tombow was my first one that I tried, and then I was like, okay, this is getting easier and easier. But yeah, I started it like I started my Instagram to just get my creative outlet out there, and kind of like a therapeutic way, And then I started seeing my Instagram grow more, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of encouraging. So I guess like people want to see more of my work.
Yeah,
it is really encouraging when you see like all these feedbacks and all these, oh, it's so cool. And then you learn from other people too.
Yeah. Do you know that in November, as I move on to the next question, our November challenge is our 10th lettering challenge together. Can you believe it? So Well, I think this is where we maybe give a bit of behind the scenes, because I have a lot of questions asking how we do our process. Maybe we start at the very beginning. I actually was not part of the first lettering challenge, if I'm not wrong. So maybe Yahi and Mel, you want to share about how that started?
I remember I was approached by Mel, and she was like, hey, would you like to do a lettering challenge together? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So then we did the February one, which is I Heart Letters.
Yeah.
And it was funny because in the middle of that month, I was feeling like, Gaddies on board would be like, so cool. But I was like, let's just finish the month and let's see how it goes. And then it was Mel at the end of February that went like,
should we ask Gad?
And I was like,
you're like, yes. It just seemed so perfect because we both had you in mind already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So this is the first time I'm hearing this.
Yeah, that's why I like at the middle of February, I was like, oh, you know what? Gaddies would be amazing to have on board. But I just didn't want to say anything. I was like, let's just wait. Let's go with the flow. And that, like I said, then with Mel at like towards the end of February was like, hey, what do you think about, asking Gaddies to join us? And like I said, I was just like that little Jeep.
Yeah. I think we need to bring some context also. I think we all were like DMing one another last year, right? I was the one who probably asked both of you to join on this program about what was it, Yuki at the time? That was my first initiation to, I think, DMing and then being more regular. And then when it came to, I think, January, February, it was already like in separate DMs, and they were just like, okay, let's just merge into one combined DM, and then here we are, yay!
Tell everyone what our nickname is.
Oh my gosh, you mean the group name?
With Powerpuff Girls.
The Powerpuff Girls.
It's so random, but I don't know. Sometimes our conversations
go
into like...
We needed like a trio. You know what?
Listen,
Charlie's Angels would have been needed,
huh? We are the kind of lettering challenge that uses a new hashtag every month instead of sticking to one hashtag. So a lot of people ask, like, how do we get the inspiration for our themes, and how do we come up with prompts?
Well, Yahi comes out with like the best hashtags.
That's true.
I just have some time while the babies are running around and like fighting. I go like, let me think about the challenge. Names. But mainly the theme is like whatever is celebrated that month.
That's
so
true.
I remember the month of March was like, St. Patrick's Day. So and I remember I said, hey, how about like get lucky letters? But I was kind of hesitate because I was like, that's kind of weird. But then Mel and Gaddies were like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But actually it's on the fly. We don't really plan, like, except for October's one. October was planned in August. Or I think September.
Was like when I was born. We even thought about posting it really early in September just so no one took the name.
Yes. I think prompts, we don't come up with our own heads. We usually consult Google. For me, at least, like for example, Thanksgiving. I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, so I had to look up Google to see what kind of words relate to the prompt.
And we normally do like each one of us 5.
Yes.
And then we just pick one more if we need 16.
We do one prompt every 2 days instead of daily prompts.
Yes.
But do you think we'll do daily prompts one day?
I could barely
look at those 5. Look at our faces. I honestly like when it's like one for every 2 days, because if I miss one day, I know I have the other one. And then for featuring, it's also easier.
That's true. Oh, can you imagine doing 30 days? Oh my gosh. I cannot. Okay, so another question a lot of people ask is, how do we design our challenge post? Mel, would you like to share like how you make, because you make the bulk of it, right, at the end of the day?
Yeah. Well, first off, I am a graphic designer, so I do use professional programs. I do use Adobe Illustrator and Adobe InDesign to create it. But as far as like the graphic, there's this website called freepik.com. pik.com. It's free, pik.com, where you can get vector files and JPEG files there based on, like what type of design. And so I just grabbed that, and then I put our prompts in there. If you're just starting out and you don't have Adobe Illustrator or InDesign, you can also use programs like Canva is one, and this app called Over. They do have like graphics in there, and you can edit the text, so just to make it easier. So I do like the background and put together the layout, and then Yahi is the one that
And
the
I-
letter up.
Then I grab that image and then I put my word on top, and I send maybe like 2 options.
Yeah.
And then if they like it, cool. If not, we change it a little bit. Was it Halloween? I got excited and sent like 5, I think.
Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh, how do we choose? We like all of them. I do only the captions.
The magic. This is only that's
Thank you.
the essence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Final baby.
I know. I always try to be as creative as possible. I'm very proud of all my captions, and they don't seem to have any objections to it. So thank you so much for letting me be
I
as
always like them. I always
lame
like how
as possible.
exciting they are and how
Yeah.
So I think what works for the 3 of us too is that we all have our strengths. Like,
Yeah.
Gaddis, you are so good with words, so that's why we're like, can you do the caption for us? Because
Yeah.
it takes me so long to do my own caption, but you're
Oh.
like, figure it out, and I'm like, that's amazing.
I don't know how she transmit like the enthusiasm through the caption. Like I cannot do that. So that's why we're like, okay, let's just have Gaddy do the caption.
Yeah.
And
For the next month, and now it's 10 months.
I'm the official captioner. Caption.
It's your
master.
crown.
A crown.
Yes, you are.
Caption queen. Thank you very much.
Caption. The CQ.
Data queen, graphics queen, all of you are, yay, high five, teamwork. Let's high five just already. Yay. So now that we have designed the post and the challenge is ongoing, I do have questions of people asking, like, can they participate if they don't do lettering? Is that usually? Yeah. So in our lettering challenges, we don't really restrict to like, just lettering. We do allow people to join if they do drawing or if they do painting, watercolor. It's really just an open challenge. But because 3 of us do lettering, that's why most of our headers and titles have the word lettering or letters in them.
There was one. It's your friend Gaddy that I also follow, and some prompts like he wouldn't even use the word, or he would put it like really small, but it was all like an illustration. So it was his interpretation of the word.
Of the prompt.
Yeah, and so like Gaddy
much.
says, we put lettering in the title because that's what we do, but it's open to anything. Everybody, when they ask me, I always say like, hey, it's supposed to be fun. It's for practice and fun. You don't have to do all of them. You can even do one. It's just for practice and fun and just being creative. But I do say, hey, just please be sure to tag us so that we can see it.
So every other day, I think after the prompt is over, we feature the post of our challenge on our Insta stories. Like Mel, how do you choose people to feature?
In the beginning, I tried to feature as like everyone, right? In the beginning of our challenge, but now our challenges have grown so much. Getting harder and harder to feature every single person. So I just try to, choose basically a variety of work. So I try to choose one that has a watercolor, one that has like a pointed pen, maybe a piece that has illustration, so like a variety of different pieces.
I want to feature everyone in the beginning of the challenge, and then I did a collage of screenshots of all their posts. I'll put like maybe screenshots here just to show what it looks like, but that takes a lot of time. But the way I see it is that more people can see many more of other people's posts for the same prompt. And I think the aim of our lettering challenge is to also get people to support each other. And I think what I want to do with the features now is to also get other people to, support their fellow challenge mate.
How I do it is like, also, I used to do all of them. But now it got so overwhelmed. It's actually kind of exciting, and I always get excited when I see all the entries. So now what I do is like I always try to feature from beginners to like more professionals.
Ooh,
and because a lot of people go like, oh my God, I didn't know I was gonna make it. And I go like, well, it's not a contest. It's, you know, it's feature, like, because I remember when I was starting to do features and they would feature me too.
Yeah.
I would get so exciting, and it was very encouraging. It pushes you more to do more and to do more. So we featured 2 dates. So say like on the 5th, on the 6th. So whoever I feature on the 5th, I don't feature on the 6th, just so I can have more people featured in those 2 days. But it's really not a contest. So it's not at all. It's for fun. It's for practice. And you get to discover like mind-blowing accounts.
Yes.
And it's super cool. Yeah.
I think for us, maybe it's a bit unique, but maybe if other people are interested in hosting lettering challenges, how do they get, you know, the people to collab with them, or how do they find people to collab with? Is there any like tips that maybe you want to share about how to get started about working with other people?
So I think number one is to have a relationship with the person. So, you know, Yahi and Gaddis, like I talked to you guys way before we did the challenge. We were friends already. You know, we were friends. So I think it's good to have that, like that bond first, you know, be friends first. And then later on be like, hey, you know, we kind of click. So why not do a challenge together? So I think, just like make friends and just say hi first instead of just jumping in there and be like, hey, I don't know you, but can you...
It flows easily when you meet the other person, because when you have a relationship prior, then you guys know what you have in common. So whenever a theme comes, you know, we all love cake, right? And then so we go like, hey, how about we do cake? How about we do coffee? Hey, how about we do Halloween? So it all flows like really easily when you know someone, because you know they like what you like and you guys are going to click more. So then the design, the lettering, and the caption just fits.
And I also want to add, like, that doesn't mean that you have to do lettering challenges with somebody else. You are allowed to do challenges on your own. I just want to share, I did my first lettering challenge by myself because one of my favorite music artists released an album and I was so hyped about it. So I was like, I'm going to do this. If nobody does it with me, it's fine. You don't really have to, like, you know, depend on somebody else to start a challenge. You can, of course, do a challenge by yourself. That is definitely possible. We have 2 more questions left. I think we're doing good. So let's take a water break. Hold on, let me drink water.
I'm gonna eat cake.
Are you serious? You have cake? Is it breakfast time or is it lunch time?
It's no judging time. Thank you very much.
No judging time. Okay. Yeah, I think for us, we're quite fortunate that our audience, the size that maybe is already like substantial. That's the word. It's quite substantial. At the end of the day, I think it's your interaction with other people in the community. Like if you have regular interaction with people, the likelihood of them doing a challenge is higher. Do you agree with that? Firstly, don't feel discouraged, because I think whenever we start something new, it does take a while to build up the momentum. My suggestion is to just keep going and, you know, just have ownership in that challenge, because that's what you created. And, you know, when people see it, then who knows, maybe if you host it again next month, they might be more inclined to join.
I mentioned this to you guys one time because I wanted to point it out, that I did find a lot of people saying that they really appreciate that we comment on their post, and that's encouraging, that is, you know, encouraging for them. And I think that might be one feature why they keep on participating. But when I was starting, I would tend to participate in challenges where I knew I was acknowledged, like a feedback and then maybe a feature, because it was encouraging. Everybody wants to be encouraged. You know, I see a piece, I like to let them know, hey, I really like this. This is so cool. I like what you did with the shadow. I like what you did with that. Because I generally like it, but I want to let them know that I do like it.
So yay, ladies, give yourself a pat on the back for being...
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah, we cannot do this. Pat on the back for doing a good job in leaving comments and stuff like that. Yes. Okay, so the last question is, what's the hardest thing about hosting a challenge?
Me is, since our challenge has grown so much, I think it's getting harder to comment on every single piece, and also featuring everyone. But I think as a team, we just try to do our best to make sure that everyone is getting comments, and we take turns, doing features. So I think that would be like the hardest, is to just make sure that everyone feels special and
I know.
What I enjoy about the challenge the most really is getting inspired by other people's work, seeing different ways that they interpret the prompt. I'm like, oh, I have my own idea, and then all of a sudden I see this different idea. I'm like, wow, that is so inspiring.
So what about you, Yahi?
I agree. It's so funny because the part of picking a theme, picking a name, picking the prompts, picking the caption, that's fortunately the easiest thing.
Yes.
We literally do it in one day. So like,
That's
okay,
true.
girls, what theme? This one. Okay, girls. What the name? This one. Okay, what about this? This one, this one. Okay, now prompts, send them today. Okay, they're done.
Bam.
And I am so like, we're always like high five. But the thing is, so the hardest part is not being able to comment on every single one. I would feel bad because I was like, no, we're not ignoring. We're just, and that's the thing I do like on Sundays. Like I do it every day, but like Sundays I don't post. So then I'm on my phone and I go to the hashtag and I try to comment.
I mean, when we do comments, it's not like, oh, we're just gonna copy paste. Like I do try my best to see if there's like read your captions and see like, oh, what are the parts that I like about the post. Try to be specific with our feedback, if any, and it does feel different if people point out something that, oh, you noticed it, and then you're like, oh, it does have a certain element of personal, like it's a very personal thing to have. So Yahi, what's your favorite part about hosting challenges?
Oh, discovering accounts. I have sent you guys DMs. I'm like, dude, look at this.
Yeah,
look at this. Wow. Like, oh, let me check it out. Following. And why discovering accounts? It's like a source of, you can try this. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, blending with curring markers.
Yes.
And then I discover accounts that blend with curring markers. I'm like, okay, I'm going to start. And I make that like my focus of the month. But I found them thanks to the challenge, because I see they tag us, and then I find amazing people, amazing art, amazing technique. That's the best part for me.
Well,
we are very grateful also to everyone who has a collective challenge and as well as individually. And at the end of the day, we hope that, with Lettering Challenge, you also meet other people. But, as a return, you may also be able to grow your account. I don't know, have y'all seen growth since starting hosting challenges?
Definitely some girls, because they tag us, then someone wants to participate, so they have to look up our name to tag us, and then they check out our page.
That's true. So growth tip, if you want to grow on Instagram, hosting challenges definitely will be able to help. Yay!
Yes.
So thank you so much, Yahi and Mhel, for jumping on my channel and talking about lettering challenges. Is there any last words you'd like to share with other people out there who maybe want to, embark in this lettering adventure as well?
The only thing I have to say is that the teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes, that's true. High five. Yay! Mhel, do you have anything that you want to share with others?
Yes. So just have fun. Have fun, meet new calligrapher friends, and just, don't pressure yourself too much. Enjoy your challenge. And if anyone wants to join in with you, that's even better. The more, the merrier. Yes. So have fun.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Please check out Yahi and Mhel's Instagram accounts. I'll put their links down in the description below. So thank you so much, ladies. I'll see you again on Instagram. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching the video, and again, sorry for the bad audio, and I just want to say I'm very grateful for Melanie and Yahi for having better audio than me. But yeah, you can check out their Instagram pages. I'll include the links to them down in the description below, and they make some of my favorite lettering videos to watch, and if you need some inspiration for that, you can definitely watch their videos. And Melanie has an amazing holiday lettering workbook which is out on her Etsy shop right now, so if you're looking for some inspiration when it comes to making a holiday card or a Christmas gift tag, you can check out her shop, and that link will also be in the description below. Let me know down in the comments what's your favorite part of the video, or if you have any questions about hosting or participating in lettering challenges, you can also ask them down below. And the shout out for this video goes to Corina! Yay! Thank you so much, Corina, for leaving a comment in my last video as well as sharing it inside your Insta stories. If you want a shout out in my next video, then of course leave a comment down below or share it in your Insta stories, and remember to tag me at Made by Mutiara. If you like this video, just give this a thumbs up, and also if you have not subscribed, then press the subscribe button down below. I hope you enjoy some of the bloopers that I'll be adding at the end of this video, and yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for all of your support. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
What's that quote? Dreamworks makes the team work.
Is it teamwork? Or is it the other way
Yeah,
around?
the teamwork makes the dream work. Okay,
Oh
let's
my
do
God,
it again.
let's
Let's
go
do it
on.
again.
Do you have any last words to share to end off this video, Yahi?
Hold on. What was it first? Dream or the team?
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Teamwork. Okay.
Yes.
Again.
Is there any last words you'd like to share with other people out there?
The only thing I have to say is
Okay, teamwork. That's it. Okay, we'll pretend.
teamwork makes the dream work, right? The only thing I have to say is that the teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes, that's true.
High five.
High five. Yeah.